Good evening and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with some more layouts to share. I am still working in Disney with the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. However, I had created a page earlier today with a group of friends from scrapbookingwithanemarie.com on a Zoomy crop that we did today. And when I got done with one page for Star Wars, I was kind of at a standstill until I was able to get a few more pictures printed. And so while I was waiting, I did a couple of non-Disney, non-Star Wars pages, which is kind of crazy. So I'm going to share those first. So back in May, we had my sister's and my mom's birthday dinner, and this was a early June, I believe it was June, maybe the 12th. This was the design team sketch for scrapbookingwithanemarie.com. And so I used pictures from my sister and mom's birthday while they were blowing out their candle to make my design team sketch. It was a little bit different than this, but probably turned this way because that's, how I normally do things. So today I decided to pull out the matching page, and so I created the matching page to go with it using the same Damask Love from American Crafts paper. This is one page, so this is just the back side of it, and I can't remember what it's called. I've used the border strip, the branding strip on this page, and so I can't remember what it was called, but it was on clearance at Joann's, and I bought 2 or 3 because I loved this. I don't do florals a lot, but I loved this polka dot, so I got a couple sheets of it, and then it was perfect for this. So instead of using 2 sheets, I used one, cut it, and then worked it out. This is also Damask Love, and so all the colors just blended really well. So instead of using a strip here, I used washi that says, it says live over here, and it says it says live your best life. I did have this cherry pie that I have had for, I would be willing to say 10 plus years. I think I got it in 2007 when I used to order a lot of like mystery lots, and I bought some stuff at Joann's years and years ago, like in boxes that were like mystery boxes with Joel's embellishments. And then I added this cherry because it was cherry pie. And then I titled this page Grateful. So this one is Celebrate and this one is Grateful. And then I just used, this is some scrap paper that I use in my spray box when I've been using my Distress Oxides. And so this is just some extra paper that I had. So I cut the triangles out and just put those down. So I did these, but then the page that would go before this is our dinner. And so I continued with, this is the back side of this blue paper. So it has that same blue shade. It's Damask Love as well. This is that branding strip that I used. And so if I could peel it up, I could tell you the name of that line, but it is Damask Love. And I did use that same paper that I've been using for spraying. And then I used these thickers. Pick Me Up is the Good Life. It's also where I got the Grateful, and then all of the embellishments that are on this page also came from that same this, love it, the little gold leaf, and then this had a branding strip. Well, it's kind of from a notepad, so it's just this itty bitty little strip. And instead of tossing it, I just added it here to kind of break up this dark color, and then just added a dark purple to bring some of the purple from in here. And this is just, we had these pork and rice bowls, and so this was our first time trying it. It came out of a Kroger's recipe coupon book, and my mom said, "Ooh, that looks good." So we tried it, and it was good. So we've had it at least once since then. So I put the little arrow and the love it and that little gold heart, and like I said, that is also from the same American Crafts Pick Me Up. So these 3 pages, this one is done but months ago, but these 2 are added to my totals for August, and I really, really love the way that both of them turned out. This was kind of I didn't have a sketch, I just did it. And I really love having that freedom, not that I can't always just wing it. Sometimes I need some inspiration or guidance. And so I just enjoy that ability to just wing it sometimes too. This is what I promised. This is my design team sketch from this was posted yesterday, Friday, the 27th of August, but it was given to me last Friday, and the 20th, I believe, and so I have until Thursday to get it done and give it to Anne Marie for posting. And this is it. And so I used my mixed media. I used a pre-made, the stencils that I made on my Cricut, actually 2 of them. There's one that I'd put here and then one here. This was really a test out kind of thing. I was just using this paper to test some of the stencils. I had completed everything except this red and decided that I wanted to bring red in. And so I added the Mickey Mouse here and here, and then went ahead and added the red arrows instead of purple that I had originally looked at, and titled this Where the Fun Begins, because this is our walk down to the Millennium Falcon. I'm taking you back another ride because this was done a week ago when I was still working on the Millennium Falcon. So that is what this is, and this is the play-by-play of us going down the hall. And my family, and you can't really see it in this picture, but my husband's face is classic. So I just love these. And then I had a circle, and I just took some of my Hot Buy Recollections washi and covered the circle, and then it called for a circle down here. I didn't have one that I liked, so I traced one out and colored it in the color that I wanted. So I don't typically do a lot of coloring, but I kind of like the way that it turned out. And then I added this washi to bring, it's the same washi that I used up here. So that is my design team sketch from last week. Henceforth, while we are traveling back in time to the Millennium Falcon and Smuggler's Run. All right, now back to the Rise of the Resistance. This is Poe Dameron's X-Wing. And when you walk out of the original holding area where BB-8 and Rey are giving you the play-by-play, you walk out and you get on a ship, and to the right is Poe Dameron's X-Wing. So this is the view from where we were, but then I took this from the internet, because this is the ship we get into, the shuttle that we took to go to, that we were heading to safety. And so this is a view from the opposite side of this. So this was something that they had online, and I just thought it was really cool. It showed where it was in comparison to where we were. So we were here in between. So anyway, the way I created this layout was just a bunch of layers that I just kind of tossed together. I don't have any more sketches in here. I think I just kind of use my brain power that's a little less foggy today. I took a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 orange paper because his ship is orange and black. And then I took this shiny, I don't know how much you can see, but it's just shiny brown. And then I just had this strip, and I thought, yep, that's perfect size. And then I took a piece of craft paper that I had in an 8.5 by 11 and trimmed it out to where it had a fat, sorry, there's a bug, had a fat border all the way around both pictures. And then I laid it all down kind of staggering. So when I laid it on this craft paper, I realized that this was going to kind of disappear, and I thought, well, I could ink it, but then I decided I would tuck this little piece of Star Wars paper scrap that I have, because I like to use scraps in every page, and this is a scrap and so is this. So I did that. Once I got that on here, I realized it was missing something. It still needed some oomph, and so I added this from the Reminisce sticker sheet, 12 by 12 sticker sheet that says the force is strong with this one. And I added a sticker of Dameron and of BB-8. And I keep saying Dameron because when I just say Poe, it sounds ridiculous to me because I'm thinking about the Kung Fu Panda. So, and then because I felt like there was a lot of vast expanse over here, I decided that it needed a little more oomph. I'm trying to find my oomph. It's not over there. Oh, here. It got moved into the wrong area. So I took these two Distress Oxides. One is Vintage Post Photo, and one is Walnut Stain. Oh, and there it goes. Jeez. It's late, guys. I gotta go to bed. And I covered all of this up. And I just sprayed a little bit here and then sprayed a little of the other one on top of it. I love how this distressed this out. And then I took a little itty bit of water and just kind of flicked a little on there. And then I covered my picture and took both of them and tapped them around so that it would give a little bit more of that splatter effect over here, because I felt like then this was just too clean, honestly. So I love this and how this turned out. It is so cool to me. So I'm loving my new inks. They're making me very happy. And that is how I completed this page. Then this is, we've already gotten onto the ship, and the First Order has started firing on us. And so the TIE fighters are firing at us, and the X-Wings are firing back at them, which is why this explosion's going on. So in these pictures, you can see the, I always want to call it the Death Star. It's not the Death Star, it is the Star Destroyer, and it is like massive. So I originally had this picture in these little ones. There's two of them right here, and it just did not do any justice. I had this one on a little picture too. Just didn't do any justice to how cool it was being pulled by a tractor beam. Here's a little one, and I should have printed this bigger, but I ended up liking it this way too, pulling us into their ship. So it was really, very realistic and very cool. I had the sticker, it says First Order Forces, and that's who was, pulling us in. And it says stay strong, and there's a little sticker here of Poe Dameron, because he said that to us as he said he had to go and he'd come back and save us, and he said stay strong. So I put a little round circle to go along with the stay strong circles, and I went with the circle stickers because of the circle in this window kind of pulled it all together. I did put a First Order symbol here, and the Star Wars washi down here, because it has Poe Dameron mask or helmet on here, and some other different things on here. So that, and then I did add some Park Lane little shimmery stars, and I just backed this all on gray so it would stand out against the darkness, but this black is really just the same as what we were looking at. So, and this is the Reminisce paper pack. It had this on one side, which I loved, but because this was predominantly black, I wanted to use the black. So that is that page. So after we get pulled into the Star Destroyer, a First Order guru, a First Order grunt, I don't know what you'd call them, storms onto our ship. You can't really see it. This isn't the best picture, but it's the only one I had, and I didn't want to use a picture that was from online because it wouldn't be realistic. I mean, this is my husband and my daughter. So this is the First Order chick. I almost put an arrow there, but it seemed to take away from the looks. and she is stormed onto our ship, and she says, "Get off my ship." And we all stand there and look at her like, "What?" Because none of us know what we're doing. And then she says, "Or don't," because nobody moved. So then, of course, we all like leave because we're like, being ordered off. So, layout. This is the Cricut Star Wars paper, and the one that's got like the different, these are all dark side vehicles. I don't know what you'd call them. My brain is not 100%. So there's like an AT-AT, and here's the original Death Star, and there's X-Wings, and not X-Wings. Yes, X-Wings. So, TIE Fighters. Gosh, I can't get it together. X-Wings are the bad guys. TIE Fighters are the good guys. I'm going to get it together. I really am. I blame COVID because I'm exhausted and my brain is not functioning at a full capacity. So, anyway, this is like blueprints for all the different dark side equipment and vehicles and stuff like that. So, I just thought this was really cool because this is all about the dark side. This paper has the dark side and the rebellion's symbols. I put Restore the Republic on here because that's who is hijacking us. And I put their little symbol up here too, and a trooper, because when we walk out, we are surrounded by them. And then this strip of Star Wars. And then I just wanted a little lighter color. So this is Echo Park, one of the two sets that I have of Echo Park, like the Disney Magical Adventure, one of the Disney-esque paper pads or paper kits. And then this is just a red because I wanted to bring out the red because red and black is what I always associate with the dark side. And I did take my Distress, Ranger Distress ink in black soot, and I inked the side of my dark paper here with that little bug is gonna drive me crazy. And then I also kind of smeared a little all the way down just to give it a little bit more of a grungy edge. And then I used my Tim Holtz distressor on this red as well as on this one because I just wanted that edgy grungy feel. So there is that. And this is double-sided paper, but I really wanted the gray because I thought the black would just kind of everything would disappear into it. So there's that. And then this one is, I'm skipping forward a little because I haven't gotten to the next step where when we walk out and we're like surrounded by the troopers. But we have gotten away and we're running. We're not running, we're in a vehicle, like a transporter, and we're running. And as we go down the hall, this robot almost catches us trying to sneak away. And then the stormtroopers are up there, and they yell at us, and they say, "Wait." And then the guy realizes, well, that's why his hands are up like this. He says, "Those are the prisoners." So that is a direct quote from that guy. So I did put Stormtrooper Cricut Star Wars paper here. And then this one, even though Darth Vader is not really in any of this ride at all, or this, adventure, he still is, the dark side. So I use this paper over here. I don't necessarily like using the one with the bounty hunter on it because he's green and it makes me think Christmas, but I just, I'm trying to get over it. I did take a 12 by 12 piece of red cardstock and a 12 by 12 piece of white cardstock, turned the red on its side to where the corners were pretty much even. I did not measure, it was just an eyeballing thing, which is what I do. And then I just taped it down that way and then cut the parts that were coming off. So now I have them here for if I want to find something else to use them for. And then I cut the weight, those are the prisoners, out on my Cricut, and I just welded them together. I built them myself because, this is not something you'd find in Design Space. So that is page, I don't even know what page I'm on at this point. All right, 2 more pages. So this is the very first page I did today. This was the last pictures that I had until my Canon selfie came in and I was able to print my own pictures. At least the ones that I was missing. So this is, I forgot I had dropped ink on here and I'm like trying to scrape that off. Oh, geez. So this is later in the ride when Kylo Ren comes after us and the Resistance is firing back at the Star Destroyer, and he is standing here telling us that we can't go anywhere and he's gonna keep us until we tell him where to find them. And then all of a sudden there's this big explosion and he like practically goes flying forward and then backward. And then I don't have a picture of it, but a big piece of a wall falls down in front of him and we're able to run away and escape. And when I say run away, I mean take off in the vehicle that we're in, the transporter. So this was just something I decided to put together. I had no real stencil in mind or a sketch or anything. I just wanted these pictures to be together because it's like a movie, because it's like a play-by-play, and I've done a couple of those. And oh my god, this little bug, sorry. So I feel like I made this yesterday, you guys. That's how long today has been. It is yeah, 1 in the morning. I've been up since 6, but I went back to bed and got up at 9 something and came upstairs at 9:30. But I just feel like it's been 2 days long. So ay. Here's a little piece of scrap paper that has those same blueprints of like the AT-ATs and stuff. So I just took that in here. I had this little piece of the same Stormtrooper and Darth Vader paper. And then I had this movie reel, and I've used that a few times already. And this was just a little strip that was already not a full strip, and so it was perfect and fit right there. And then I want to add the Mickey, so I put the Mickey paper down. And I think I did start looking at this from a sketch, but then went so off rails that the sketch wasn't helping me any, because I love banners, but I never think to put them on there. And then I added this little strip here that says obsessed, because he totally was obsessed with where the hidden base is. And I put this little bomb here because, you know, I said things were exploding. And so, and then this choose a side came from the Reminisce 12x12 sticker sheet. And this is that point where you really have to decide if you want to give up the Resistance or be on the the good guys. And then I just added this little die cut circle that had some stars and stuff on it, and I love the way that it ended up looking. And then I used this hickory smoke distress ink to just tap around on the dark part so it looked more like it was in outer space. And that is it for that page. That just started on black cardstock. And then my last page for the night is titled Get in Your Escape Pods Now, which is what Finn was yelling at us. I think I actually have a little sticker that I can put down here with Finn on it. So this is my husband and my son and my daughter, and here is a little bit of me. I'm trying to take a selfie from and get everybody's vantage point. So I decided to print this one in black and white because it was a little blurry already, and I already had this bright red. This is us after we've pulled away from Kylo Ren and things are exploding everywhere. And so my daughter's got her hands over her face like, oh my gosh. So I took a strip of Mickey Mouse paper and then a strip of this Cricut Star Wars paper. And then I used some washi here, and then these circles came from the Reminisce. We're headed to out of the ship because the ship's about to be exploded. And so I put these here because it's kind of like foretelling where we're headed. And I did put this Believe from the 12x12 Echo Park sticker sheet because, we had to have faith that we were going to get out of there safely. And I cut the Get in Your Escape Pod Now out on my Cricut. And then I just added this little sticker. The dot on this font for the eye was a heart, which was not fitting at all. So I took it off and I thought, well, I'm just going to go without one. But then I found this and was small enough. I felt like it would fit there as the top part of the eye. And I just put this on red, I think this is double-sided, yep, red paper. And that is it. So I feel really accomplished today. I feel a lot more with it. Not as much right now since I'm so tired. But I do feel like I got quite a bit accomplished today. I also fiddled with my new Canon selfie, and I practiced using some embossing powder, which was interesting. I definitely need to work on that and watch some YouTube videos on how to emboss, because I'm not real good at it yet. But I'm not really good at stamping, and I think that that's a part of the problem, because that's like, if you can't stamp well, then you can't emboss very well. So, but anyway, so now I am going to put my 2021 pages away in my box of current events. And I'm going to leave my Star Wars pages out for the night. And then in the morning, I will put them away. That way I get a chance to look over them again and make sure that I don't need to add anything. Nothing's falling off. And then I can put them in my book, which is getting heavier and heavier by the moment. This is the binder that I am using for Star Wars, and this is where I'm at. And I haven't got any of the pages below in it, and I still have a handful of pages to do. So, yep, I don't know if it's going to fit in here. So I may end up having to put The Rise of the Resistance in its own book. Well, you know, it was like an experience, so I'm okay with that if that's how it comes out. But anyway, I guess I'm going to let you all go for the night. It is late, although you're probably watching this in the morning or afternoon. So I hope that you all have a great day tomorrow, or when I go to bed and get up. It will be Sunday, August the 29th. So 3 more days in quarantine, and then hopefully I will be able to go back to work. So we shall see how that goes. So I hope you all have a great night and a wonderful Sunday. And I hope you get a chance to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.